Hello everyone, myself Dr. Dharmveer Yadav, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science from St. Xavier's College, Jaipur. The topic for today's discussion is the basic concept of data models in Dbms. Database models define the logical design and structure of a database and define how data will store, how we access the data and manipulate given database, how we perform the various operations on the existing database, or how we create the database with the help of the data models. So data models are the first step to create the database, or we design the database. It convert conceptual models to logical, or logical to physical components. Physical components in database are called the physical designs, that is called the lowest design. What the purpose of the database or data models? Data models are the pictorial representation and logical presentation, or we can say blueprint for the database. This diagram is representing the various types of the data models. Data models are divided in following categories: hierarchical database, network database, both are the base database, entity relationship database, relational database, object oriented, and semi-structured database. So these are the basic types of the data models. Today we will discuss entity relational data models in details. History of the ER models. ER models are developed by Peter Chen in 1971 for a uniform convention which we can use to design the relational database. Aim of the ER model is the conceptual modeling approach. In this one the model is used to develop the conceptual design for a given database. ER diagrams and entity relational models are basically a high level conceptual models. Entity relational model is based on the notation of real entities and attributes, or relation between entities and attributes. This diagram presenting the pictorial representation of the students. In this diagram, the students and the course both are entities, and their attributes are given. For example, per student entities are prime attributes: student ID, name, roll numbers, father's name. Regarding course title, types affiliated from the university and colleges. So these are the entities, or this diagram is representing relation among the various entities. Why the ER diagram is used? So ER diagram display the relationship between the set of entities in a given database. So we can say that ER diagram helps to explain the logical data structure of the database. ER diagrams includes many special symbols. That symbols are connected through the data line or data flow diagrams. So this diagram representing the relationship between the various entities. ER diagram models. Facts of ER diagram models. Why we use the ER diagram models? So ER diagrams models represent graphical user interface or blueprint of the data. So it helps the DBA to identify the entities and their attributes in given system. ER diagrams helps to describe entity and attributes, or it's a blueprint for the implementing the data or softwares. So this diagram is representing the components of various ER diagrams. In ER diagrams or ER models, there are the three basic components. One is the entities, second is attributes, and relationship between entities and attributes. In this one, attributes are divided types in following categories: key attributes, composite attributes, multi-valued attributes, or drive attributes. Relation one-to-one, it may be one-to-many, it may be many-to-many, or it may be many-to-one. Entities are two types: strong entities and weak entities. So this diagram representing the property of the ER diagrams. What is the entity? Entity may be one name of the one person, it may be living or non-living things, it may be name of person, it may be the name of the place, maybe name of the objective, events and concepts. So entity is the, we can use the entity as a person, object, event and concept. In this diagram, student is entity, or these are the attributes of the given entity. Entity may be one entity or set of entities of similar values in the given database. Relationship in the ER diagram represent the relationship is nothing but it is the association among the various types of the entities and their attributes. So it's the relationship between the various types. This diagram showing the association relationship between the faculty, chairmen, students and other associate entities. So relationship, we can define a relationship represent an association between two or more entities. Relationship may be one to many, many to many or on to. Thank you.